you feel forgotten right now. Be honest. You prayed and nothing changed. You showed up to church with a smile while your chest felt hollow. You've been asking God the same question at 2 a.m. for weeks. Are you even listening? And the silence back feels like proof that He isn't. But what if silence isn't absence? What if the very ache you're feeling right now, the fact that you're still watching this instead of scrolling past it, is already a sign He hasn't let go of you? Most Christians think forgotten means abandoned. They think if God loved them, life would feel lighter, prayers would get answered faster, and doubt would disappear overnight. So, when the bills pile up, the diagnosis comes back bad, or the relationship falls apart anyway. Despite the prayers they quietly conclude, God moved on. That belief doesn't come loud. It creeps in through tiredness, through unanswered texts to heaven, through comparing your empty hands to someone else's full ones. And it's dangerous, because a heart that believes it's forgotten stops fighting to stay close. Here's the first sign people miss completely: you're still bothered by your distance from God. Think about someone who's truly checked out spiritually. They don't feel guilty anymore. They scroll past a worship song without flinching. But you felt something tighten in your chest just reading this title. That tightness is not punishment. In Isaiah 49:15, God compares His memory of you to a mother who cannot forget her nursing child. A heart that's been abandoned doesn't ache for what it lost. Yours still does. That ache is Him pulling from the inside, but it gets deeper than that. The second sign is the timing of your struggles. Notice how the hardest season of your life often lines up with the moment you started praying seriously again. That's not coincidence, that's resistance. Ephesians 6 says our real fight isn't against people, it's against spiritual forces. When you get closer to God, things tend to get louder, not quieter. Most people misread this as God punishing them. In reality, opposition rising right when your faith rises is often proof you're finally a threat worth resisting. Pay attention to this next part, because it's the one nobody talks about. The third sign is a random memory verse showing up at the exact right moment. A scripture your grandmother said years ago, suddenly surfacing in your mind during a panic attack, or a stranger saying one sentence that answers a question you never spoke aloud. You call it coincidence, but Romans 8:26 says the Spirit intercedes for us with groans we can't even put into words. Some of your random thoughts were never random. They were timed rescues you almost missed. This is where it becomes personal. Think about the last time you almost gave up completely on your marriage, your faith, even your own life, and something small stopped you. A song, a call, a verse you weren't looking for. That wasn't luck. Luke 15 tells the story of a shepherd leaving 99 sheep just to chase one lost one. You were never the 99. In every dark night, you assumed you survived alone. Someone was already moving toward you before you even asked for help. Now here's where guilt usually creeps in. You think, but I've sinned too much, prayed too little, doubted too often. Surely that disqualifies me. That thought itself is the danger, because it convinces you to stop reaching instead of run back. Psalm 103:14 says, God remembers we are dust. He already expected your weakness before you failed. Feeling unworthy isn't a sign you're forgotten. It's a sign you still care what He thinks. The fix isn't performing better. It's turning back tonight, exactly as broken as you are, without waiting to clean up first. So tell me honestly, right now, in the comments, Where are you watching this from? And which one of these signs hit closest to home for you? Don't scroll past this in silence. If even one part of this made your chest tighten, that's not random. Share this with someone who feels invisible today, because your one share might be the sign they've been waiting for. And if this channel is speaking into places you didn't expect, don't just watch and leave. Subscribe, because this isn't content. It's a lifeline for people exactly like you. You were never forgotten. You were being pursued the entire time in ways too quiet for you to notice until now. So close your eyes for a second and just say this: God, I felt alone, but I don't think I actually was. Let that sentence sit with you tonight, because the God who counted every hair on your head was never going to lose track of your name.